Hey friends, it's so good to see you. I am really excited to be here with you guys today. I know we've done a lot of math videos lately on our website, so I wanted to talk to you guys about a fun way to retell a story for reading. In school, we called it the 5-finger rule. This is a 5-finger retell, so it's a way that you can summarize or retell your story. Pour mes étudiants qui parlent français, c'était une façon qu'on utilisait pour expliquer votre livre. So our objective today is to use the 5-finger retell strategy to retell a story you read this week. One story we've read is the Berenstain Bears' Trouble with Grown-Ups, so I'm going to use this story to retell to my friend Ellie. Now, you get to decide who you get to retell your story to. I know some friends have really enjoyed retelling to a stuffed animal. You could retell to a pet. You could retell to a brother or sister. You could retell to a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, stepdad, stepmom, uncle, aunt, whoever's in your house. In our classroom, we have a classroom elephant, as a lot of you guys know. This is Ellie, and some of our friends in our class have really been missing Ellie, so I'm gonna retell to Miss Eleanor today. As you can see, she's still in her Easter dress. She decided that one day wasn't enough to wear such a pretty dress, so she's still dressing up in her Easter dress every day. So we're gonna give her the week to do this, and then it's gonna be back to regular Ellie clothes. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna retell to Ellie about the trouble with grown-ups. What you want to remember when you retell is that you have 5 fingers, and each finger is for a different part of the story. So your thumb is for the setting, where it and when it takes place. This pointer finger is for the characters, who is in the story. Your middle finger is for the problem, what goes wrong or what do the characters struggle with. Your ring finger is for an event, a main event that happened after the problem. And then your pinky is for the solution. How did that problem get solved? Now, if you're somebody like me who forgets these things easily, what you can do is grab a piece of paper, trace your hand, and just write down what each finger stands for, so as you touch them, you don't forget. I'm going to do that now. I'm actually reusing a piece of paper that we used for math because there's nothing on the back, and I know right now paper's hard to find. So I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna put it on the blank side of the paper. I decided to use a pink marker because it's close to my skin color, and I know that sometimes I draw on myself when I trace. So I'm going to trace my hand like this. So now I have my 5 fingers here, and I'm just gonna write inside, yeah, see, got some marker on there, each part. So as I said, thumb is the setting, where and when it takes place. Pointer finger is for the characters, so I'm writing that in there. Middle finger is for the problem, what the characters struggle with, what was difficult. The ring finger is for the main event that happened after the problem. And then the pinky is the solution. How did the characters solve the problem? So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna keep this in front of me because sometimes I forget what each finger is for, but I'm gonna touch each finger on my hand as I explain to Ellie a retell of the trouble with grown-ups from the Berenstain Bears. So you guys know good academic conversation, whether you're talking to a sibling, a pet, or a stuffed animal, is you wanna sit knee to knee, eye to eye, so that you're having a good academic conversation. So I'm gonna say, Ellie, I'd like to retell to you today The Trouble with Grown-Ups by the Berenstain Bears. So the setting, this book takes place in the Berenstain Bears tree house. It also takes place at the Cubs school. The main characters that were in my story this week were Brother Bear, Sister Bear, Father Bear, Mama Bear, and then of course their classmates and teachers at school. The problem was that the grown-ups were acting super grumpy in the treehouse. They were yelling a lot, they were really angry sometimes at dinner, and they were starting to yell at Brother Bear and Sister Bear because they were so grumpy. One main event that happened after the problem in my story was that Brother Bear and Sister Bear and the other cubs at school decided that they were going to put on a play for parent night. Now the solution. The problem was solved when Brother Bear, Sister Bear, and the other bear cubs put on a play for parent night. They decided to act like the grumpy grown-ups in the play. Sister Bear played Mama Bear, Brother Bear pretended to be Papa Bear, and the grown-ups saw how terrible their behavior was and decided that they needed to make a change. That is my 5-finger retell of the trouble with grown-ups with the Berenstain Bears. Now you can see Ellie was a really great listener. She didn't interrupt, let me go through my 5 fingers to explain the retell of the story, and she made sure that she stayed eye to eye, knee to knee with me as I explained. Once I get through my 5 fingers, then the friend who's listening to you can maybe ask you some questions about the book. Maybe you can recommend your favorite part. This is the 5-finger strategy for you friends to retell a story that you read this week. It was really great for Ellie and I to be with you today, and I can't wait to see all these great retells that you're going to do at home. See you later, guys.